Hello YouTube, welcome to Dr. Life's Learning Point. In this video, we will study an important topic from neurosurgery, that is subarachnoid hemorrhage. Now, it is a very important topic, so please pay attention. Subarachnoid hemorrhage. Sub matlab below, arachnoid, that is arachnoid matter, that one of the meninges. And hemorrhage मतलब एक intracranial hemorrhage, intracranial bleeding या intracranial hematoma हुआ है below the arachnoid matter. Now, what is the etiology? क्यों हो गया ये? So there are two reasons why this can occur. It can be a traumatic head injury and it can be a non-traumatic head injury. Now, under traumatic head injury, what all things are present? So most common cause under traumatic head injury is following a trauma, where there is rupture of the subarachnoid vessels, and in non-traumatic causes there is the rupture of the intracranial aneurysms. Another reason under non-traumatic cause can be AV malformation. AV stands for arteriovenous malformations. Okay. The third reason can be there can be bleeding from any tumors inside the brain. And fourth reason under non-traumatic cause is during abuse, like for example, cocaine abuse. Okay. So what does aneurysm mean? I have written this and you can see it over here. That is a focal dilatation, the wall of the blood vessels. A patient आया है, patient को problem क्या होगा? अगर किसी का subarachnoid hemorrhage है, so there will be sudden excruciating pain, and the patient will have a thunderclap headache. Second, there is altered mental status. Third, there is meningeal irritation, and fourth, there is neurological deficit. Fifth, there is ocular hemorrhage, and sixth, there is mass effect like cranioneuropathies, pituitary dysfunction, and seizures. Now, how will you manage the patient of subarachnoid hemorrhage? So first, you have to admit the patient in ICU, intensive care unit, for better monitoring and control of the vitals. Second, you have to give oxygen supplementation to the patient. Third is the strict bed rest of the patient because the patient is in a very terrible condition. Fourth, you have to elevate the head end by 30 degrees. Fifth is avoid the straining of the patient, because more you strain the patient, the more will be rise in the intracranial. You have to give analgesics because of the excruciating pain that the patient has. You can give anxiolytics, and you have to give seizure prophylaxis because one of the chief complaints of the patient that they can have seizures. Now, intracranial pressure अगर ज़्यादा है, अब वो control करना पड़ेगा. You have to give mannitol for that. Okay. What other things that you can do? You can give calcium channel blockers, that is nimodipine, and you also give magnesium sulfate as a neuroprotective agent. Remember that you have to do the triple H therapy, which involves hypertension control, hypervolemia control, and hemodilution. You have to do refractory vasospasm. This is done by intracranial verapamil or nicardipine. And if there is aneurysm rupture, then within 24 hours of presentation, you have to do coiling and the clipping of the aneurysm. This is all about subarachnoid hemorrhage, and very important topic. I cannot stress upon how much important this topic is. And most important is the management of the patients with intracranial hemorrhage. It starts with general management, then is the medicine, that is calcium channel blockers, and finally in surgery, you have the clipping of the aneurysm. Thank you.